Kenya Barris has done it again. The Blackish creator is making waves with his recent Netflix film, You People. Take a look at this.
Oh, so you're all Muslim?
Very much so.
I love it.
This kufi that I'm wearing was actually a gift from the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Are you familiar with the minister's work?
Well, I'm familiar with what he said about the Jews.
You know what, let's have dinner.
The film features an all-star cast, including Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Lauren London, and breakout star Sam Jay. A former SNL writer, Sam is bringing her comedic chops to the big screen, and we're talking with her all about it. This is Advocate Now. Sam, congratulations on You People. You've had an extensive career in comedy, on stage, on screen, but this movie, I would say, is your first big foray into film, and you have a pretty prominent role as Jonah Hill's best friend. What were your emotions as you took this next big step in your career?
Nerve-wracked. I was just nervous, like at first I was like, I hope I can do it and I don't drop the ball in any kind of way. So overwhelmed, excited, nervous, I think was the combination of feelings for sure.
I'm never gonna meet a woman who understands me.
I don't think I've heard of a man ever who wanted to be in a relationship so badly besides Drake. And I'm talking Views Drake.
They hear that loud ooh.
I feel like Views Drake, alone on a building, dangling my legs off, wondering what it's like to feel companionship. What the fuck? What are you doing? Stop!
Help me to
Okay, but you're not getting 5 stars.
Uber driver.
I mean, honestly, you guys are twins.
Oh my God, wait, she really does look like me.
You were an SNL writer, you're a stand-up comedian. How did you first get introduced to the world of comedy?
I don't know. I feel like it's like this long ongoing relationship in a weird way. Like when I was younger, I started to kind of when I was in my early 20s, I started to poke around clubs because my cousin's husband was a stand-up in the city. He was like a local stand-up. And I was interested. So I remember just kind of following him around, and that was kind of my first introduction into the actual world of a working stand-up who's going up every night and hitting clubs and what that life would be. And then I tried it and I didn't feel good about it. I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And then maybe 7, 8 years later, I got on stage at 29 and I was like, I think I really want to do this. So it was kind of this slow burn.
I'm a Boston kid, but I also don't go back often because my whole family's there. All of them. And I love them, but it's a lot, you know what I mean? So I try to avoid the place, but I was like, nah, my girl needs to meet my people. I'm going fucking home. I take my girl, I go back home. It was nice at first. She met my favorite uncle. He's my favorite uncle because every time I see him, he asks me if I'm still gay, which is nice. Every time I see him, he's like, hey, you still messing with the ladies?
Wow, well, you're absolutely hilarious in You People. And director Kenya Barris actually said he couldn't imagine anyone else in the role of Mo. And of course, I understand why. What drew you to the character?
Well, when Kenya sent me the script and, sent me my lines, I just kind of was like, whoa, some of this stuff is really close to things I've actually said.
Yeah.
And or things I've actually thought, and the character just felt like me already in a lot of ways. And so I was like, I think I could do this. This doesn't seem like a super stretch from who I already am a little bit. So I mean, it just spoke to me.
In You People, you got to work with some of the best in the business. I mean, Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. But beyond all the star power and the humor, there are bigger themes at play of acceptance and love, particularly when it comes to race. Do you think that this movie is making people stop and think about how we treat one another?
Maybe, I don't, I think that was the hope. I mean, I think when Kenya and Jonah set out to do it, that's what they were hoping would happen. And I think some people, maybe, yeah, for sure.
Do you plan to talk to her family?
Yeah, I just haven't had the chance to meet them. What's going on? Tell me about life. How are you?
This is your white granddaddy come back to haunt me.
What? Now this is my fault?
So you want to marry my daughter?
Yes, I do.
Well, Ezra, you could try.
The film, introduces these really important conversations about race, especially interracial couples. Why do you think that's so important to see on screen?
I mean, I think it's important to see anything on screen that is actually happening in our actual real lives and in the real world. And the more we just show representations of what people's real lives look like and how different we're all living, then the more we'll see that we're the same,
Your family, my family. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Well, we were technically OG slaves.
Are you trying to compare the Holocaust to slavery?
Can you pass the potatoes?
Our people came here with nothing like everybody else.
It's a very uncomfortable conversation.
You kidding
Did
me?
we ever figure out what happened with the potatoes?
Are you
and
kidding me?
ETA on those?
There was a screening for the film in New York, and Kenya Barris was there, and he said, we need to be willing to exit a conversation differently than how we entered it. Would you say that you exited the experience of being in this film differently at all, maybe with a new perspective?
Yeah, of course. I don't think you can go through something like that and not leave changed, That's what's dope about comedy or art or on any level is once you kind of see it or hear it, you can't unsee or unhear. Even if you want to have this stronghold on your ideas or opinions, there's a little part of you that can't deny that you now know something different.
Mm-hmm. And some of the scenes between you and Jonah just seem so natural. Is that because they were? I mean, were you given sort of free rein to improv and do your own thing?
Yeah, I mean, we had a script for sure, and there's definitely lines in there that are straight from the script, and but there's also lines in there that we just played around and improv and just had a good time with. And Kenya and Jonah both were kind of hey, Sam, use this as a guideline and railings, but if you feel something, go for it.
So, what's your name?
Mo, and I have titties.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Do you have anything else?
No, I don't really have a style.
Is that Juneteenth?
It is not Juneteenth. Yes, that one was booked up. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
I always wanted to get married on Juneteenth.
Me too.
When I was a little girl, I was always...
I met you at the screening in New York, and at that point, you said you hadn't seen it. I asked you if you saw the movie, and you were like, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see myself. Have you watched it since?
Not in its entirety.
Yes.
I got a lot cut maybe a month ago, and I watched that, but I don't know what went to screen. You know what I mean?
Any projects that you're working on next? I mean, what do you have lined up after this?
I'm working on a new stand-up special. I'm excited about that. I got a few shows I'm developing and, just conversations I'm having. So, I mean, there's some things I'm excited for sure.
And now having done You People, I mean, what is the experience? How does it differ for you in the film world versus being on stage and doing stand-up?
Less control.
Yeah.
Stand-up, you're controlling every part of it, and a film is way more collaborative. So you got to relinquish some of that control and learn how to be a team player.
Well, congratulations on your success.
You.
We can't wait to see what's next for you, Sam. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for your time.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. Thanks for watching and advocating. For more stories and content like this, visit advocate.com and advocatechannel.com.